Hey, what's going on, Noel Nation? It's CJ Wilson here with Dope Talk. Of course, I am your host. Have some news to bring to you guys. I'm going to say breaking news in regards to the FSU's defensive back coaching search. FSU has made a decision on that. Well, Mike Norvell, rather, has made a decision on who he's going to hire as his new defensive back coach, as he recently decided to let previous defensive back coach Patrick Surtain go. Before we get started and jump into that, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna give a shout out to my sponsor, FastPay. FastPay provides a corporate MasterCard built for all your business expenses, whether it's travel, lodging, entertainment, shipping, whatever you want to call it, you name it, they got you covered. You get 2.25% cash back in Evergreen. 2.25%. Most cards give you 1% back. Nah, FastPay going to take care of you even more. 2.25% cash back in Evergreen. There's no annual fees, no monthly fees. I'm telling you, tap in with FastPay. They'll take care of you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it. FSU recently announced that they're going to be hiring defensive back coach Brandon Harris from UCF. Brandon was previously the like I said, the cornerbacks coach for the UCF Knights. Brandon brings a wealth of, I guess you could say, experience from within the state of Florida, within all the stops in coaching career and of course playing days. Name may sound familiar. Brandon Harris was a second-round pick out of Miami, played 6 years in the NFL. His college career, coaching career, actually started in Tallahassee as he was an off-the-field analyst for Mike Norvell in 2020. Ended up taking the FSU, ended up getting on field and taking the FIU corners job in 2021. After that, in 2022, another promotion. I guess I won't say promotion, but another elevation in coaching status, another elevation in regards to his career. He took the FAU Owls. He took that position, the cornerback's position, in 2023. If you guys remember, CJ Hurd, he was committed to FSU for a while within the 2023 recruiting cycle, if I'm not mistaken. I think within the 2023 recruiting cycle, the same class as KJ Bolden during that time. Ended up decommitting from FSU as a neutral party in regards to that and committed to FAU. Brandon Harris brought him down to FAU. The kid was third team all conference, was a freshman All-American, ended up having 82 tackles his true freshman year for FAU. Ended up being a big-time player, transferring to Vanderbilt, and he started for the Commodores right now making plays. So Brandon Harris had a hand in CJ Hurd's development during his short time at FAU. Like I said, he was a freshman All-American. Brandon was then promoted to co-defensive coordinator for FAU, in 2024. And during that year, FAU recorded 8 turnovers within the 12 games that they played. They were also a top 40 red zone defense. Took the UCF job in 2025. UCF's pass defense had one of his best years in school history this past year, allowing just 185 yards through the air. He is the brother of FSU's receiver coach, Tim Ice Harris. So again, a lot of South Florida ties, right? A lot of Miami ties in regards to Tim Harris and Brandon Harris. That name is pretty much like a name of royalty down, that last name rather, is pretty much like a name of royalty down in South Florida, as Tim Sr., their father, was one of the best coaches in high school football during that time and in Miami-Dade history. And also, of course, their younger brother, Treon Harris, was the quarterback for the Florida Gators. So Brandon Harris himself, I like this hire. B. Harris was recently named to the AFCA 35 under 35 Coaching and Leadership Institute class, which identifies 35 coaches that's under 35. I guess it's kind of obvious, right? So pretty much those coaches are future stars within the coaching ranks. Those guys have been identified as bona fide potential leaders and guys to watch out for in the future. So to be named to that list is a huge honor, and it's just a testament to, I guess you could say, the early what Brandon Harris has done early on in his career to be under 35 and what the future holds for Brandon Harris. Now, again, like I stated, he is brothers of Tim Ice Harris, big connections down in South Florida. From a recruiting standpoint, I think he's done a hell of a job recruiting at FIU, FAU, and UCF. Now, I do think Florida State is a different ballpark when it comes to recruiting. But again, this guy has chops all over the state of Florida, well-renowned, one of the more popular coaches within the state of Florida. I don't think you have an issue recruiting at FSU. I know a lot of people talk about big names when they come to recruiting and things like that, but you make yourself a big name in recruiting by just building relationships. For one, you got to build relationships, being relentless on the trail, just having the energy and putting the effort and time in. That's really all recruiting is. Effort, time, building those relationships. And speaking with Brandon Harris, I had him on a podcast I was previously on. Very charismatic. So again, that carries over in recruiting as well too. From a coaching standpoint, I do think he can develop players and is a really good coach. We'll see how that plays out. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, why do you fire Patrick Surtain to hire a Brandon Harris? Truthfully, I don't have the answer to that because you guys know I was a fan of Patrick Surtain. But again, it could be, I alluded to this in the previous video as well. It could be just a fit thing. You know, Pat Surtain was more so, and this is me speculating, Pat Surtain was more so a man type of developer when it comes to coaching. And of course, Tony White's defense is more well-rounded when it comes to zone. So we'll see how things play out. But again, I do think Brandon Harris is a good hire. It wasn't many names that FSU fans will be pleased about rather, in regards to replacing Patrick Surtain. But again, I do think Brandon Harris will be a really good hire for FSU. Young guy, he has a lot of energy, and we'll see how it works out as far as his development once he gets the caliber of players that FSU typically gets. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We have you all things covered in regards to this, I guess you should say, all season and coaching changes off season, so to speak, for FSU, as there should be a lot more changes in the future. So we'll see what the future holds for FSU in that regard. But again, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Noles.